Match 5 would see the one that we'd been anticipating since the beginning of the evening. That's right, folks. It was Richie versus Sullivan King. Now, Richie would come into the ring, literally go straight on the attack. He was full of it tonight. He was not happy with Sully after the fact that Sully had cost him his title at the prior show. You know, he was absolutely raging with Sully, and this action would spill outside. You see, Richie would even resort to choking Sully with the shirt. Chops right at the beginning of the match. Chops, yes. And he used the ring apron. Richie was honestly, he would absolutely unload. He'd be just beating down on Sully. He was ignoring the referee's urge to break it up. Yeah, it was horrible. A diving club to the back of the head. Richie would head up top again, but Sullivan King would roll out the ring. He was busted open at this point. Blood dripping everywhere. I mean, that blood did get everywhere. I don't think that was intentional, folks. You see an axe handle from the apron from Richie, but Sullivan King would catch him and slam him into the apron, then slam him into the ring post. And at this point, Sully would take charge. He'd hit a huge twisting power slam. It was nasty. It was quite impactful. I mean, everything Sully does looks impactful. You know, Sully would start bending the rules, hit a big boot, hit a guillotine on the bottom rope. You know, use the apron. Richie would look to fight back, but Sully was like, nope. He'd hit a huge double chop on Richie and then sit Richie on the top turnbuckle. And then he'd use the top rope to drop Richie. Sorry, where am I? Sullivan King would start smack talking Richie and hit a leg drop for a 2 count. Richie would fire up, hit multiple lariats to take Sullivan King down. He'd hit a corner bulldog for a 2 count, and Richie heads up top. But Jack Walker would come out at this point, and he would push Richie down. Sullivan King would pick up the win. That's right, folks. A bit of interference from Walker to help his. You know, they've been tag teaming as of late, Walker and King, and Walker would assist. And well, at this point, Walker and Sullivan King would beat down on Richie, and Sid Manelli would come out to make the save. So, you know, and well, Paul Terrell would choose to make a tag team match between Jack Walker and Sullivan King, and this will lead us to our next review. So, folks, match number 5, Sully picked up the win. Great to see Richie in action. Love seeing Richie in action. Sullivan King, always fantastic to watch. But let's move on to match number 6.